up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Kangaroo Black, coming back once again with my top 5 SEC rankings after week 5. I'm not going to waste any time. I'm going to go ahead and get right into the video. And at number 5, I got the Missouri Tigers. You know, I wanted so much to put Ole Miss at number 5, but after looking at their schedule so far, there's no way I could do it. I know Ole Miss is what 4-1 right now, but Ole Miss has not played any quality opponents in my opinion. Okay, and you know they got to SEC play and they lost. All right, they opened up the season scoring 76 points on Furman, scoring 52 on Middle Tennessee, 40 on Wake Forest, and 52 on Georgia Southern. But when they got to SEC play, they couldn't muster up no more than 17 points against Kentucky, even though I think Kentucky got a good defense. I think Ole Miss got an overall better roster than Kentucky. That's just me. So I got Missouri coming in at number 6, okay? I just thought I'd throw that in there. But at number 5, I got the Missouri Tigers. And once again, I must say, I don't have any faith in Missouri. I just think Missouri got the benefit of an easy schedule this year. And I still think last year was a one-off for them, even though I think they will have a good season this year simply because of the quality of opponents that they are playing. They don't have a difficult schedule at all, even though they play my Alabama Crimson Tide. And you already know I got that as a loss for them. All right. Missouri opened up the season with Murray State, scoring 51 on Murray State. Then they scored 38 on Buffalo and 27 on Boston College. They only beat Boston College by 6 points. And they only beat Vanderbilt by 3 points. Okay. So even though I think they got a pretty easy schedule, they only beating these teams by single digits. These unranked teams in Boston College and Vanderbilt. Now, this week they will face number 25, Texas A&M. Now, if they lose against Texas A&M, everything I've been saying about Missouri will be proven to be true. All right? So you can get away with playing Vandy and Missouri. Okay, Texas A&M will beat Vandy all day by more than 3 points. But I always say you can't look at the one game and determine what will happen in the next. Missouri might wind up blowing Texas A&M out. All right. The only reason I got Missouri in my top 5 right now is because they are undefeated. That is the only reason. The only reason. All right. Do I think Ole Miss can come out and beat the hell out of Missouri? Yes, I do. I most certainly do. But as of right now, being that Missouri is one of the undefeated teams in the SEC, I have to put them in my top 5. Matter of fact, they are one of only 4 teams in the SEC that is undefeated now, so I had to put them in the top 5. Okay, so but that's the only reason. So Missouri at number 5. At number 4, I got the Georgia Bulldogs, even though they got one loss. Okay, we know the kind of team the Georgia Bulldogs is. We know what Georgia Bulldogs brings to the table, and we know the Georgia Bulldogs is a hell of a team to beat, even though they start slow. All right, once after halftime they make those adjustments. They are a very good team, as we saw last week against my Alabama Crimson Tide, okay? So I got Georgia at number 4 because I know what kind of team the Georgia Bulldogs is. And yes, even though Georgia got a loss, I had to put them over Missouri because it takes a fool not to know that Georgia will beat the hell out of Missouri any day. Any day. So I'm not going to hold that loss against, I'm not going to hold that Georgia loss against them, because guess what? I know they are a good team. All right. Every team has a bad game. Every team. So hey, put Georgia up against anybody else in the SEC, maybe besides Texas, I think they'll beat their ass. Any besides Texas and Alabama, I think they'll whoop their ass. All right. And they probably would have a good chance against Texas too. But anyway, I got Georgia at number 4. At number 3, I got those Tennessee Volunteers. Tennessee is having a hell of a season this season. Now I look at the quality of opponents that Tennessee has played. I think it's pretty good because guess what? Yeah, they got 2 easy teams that they done played, Chattanooga and Kent State, but they did what they were supposed to do against those guys, scoring 69 against Chattanooga and 71 against Kent State. And they done played 2 ranked opponents, NC State. NC State was ranked 24th in the nation when Tennessee played them. Okay, who gives a damn that they ain't ranked now? But when Tennessee played them, they was ranked 24, and they played and beat Oklahoma. Oklahoma is now ranked as the 19th team in the nation. And I believe Oklahoma was ranked a little higher than that when Tennessee played them, I believe. So, hey, Tennessee got some quality wins on their schedule. And I know Tennessee is a hell of a team. They got a hell of a quarterback. They got a hell of a coach. And that defense is looking pretty damn good. And that running back game is on damn point, or the running game. So, yeah, Tennessee, they got a great team, and I think they're going to win a lot of games. All right. This week, well, they coming off a bye week. This week, they got Arkansas, and I think they're going to beat the hell out of Arkansas. Some people trying to say this could be a game. No, it won't. All right. They're going to beat the hell out of Florida next week. Then my Alabama Crimson Tide got to travel to Neyland Stadium. Now, I got my Alabama Crimson Tide winning, but I think it's going to be a hell of a game. We all know what happened the last time Alabama went to Neyland Stadium. Tennessee got the victory, okay? But I think this is going to be one hell of a game. We're going to have 2 explosive offenses, okay? So we'll let the chips fall where they may. But then they play Kentucky. They'll beat Kentucky. They'll beat Mississippi State. They got to play Georgia in Athens. All right. Again, but with Tennessee, Georgia got to have they offense together. They can't play 2 quarters against Tennessee. That's just my opinion. Tennessee will beat UTEP. Tennessee will beat Vanderbilt. The only 2 teams right now I can see that may beat Tennessee is Alabama and Georgia. The only 2. And Tennessee could very well win both of them. That's what I think. But as of right now, I got Tennessee at number 3. All right. The last time I did this, I had Tennessee at number 2. And the reason, and now at number 2, I got my Alabama Crimson Tide. And the reason why I dropped Tennessee 1 and put my Alabama Crimson Tide over Tennessee is because I think Alabama has the best win. All right. This past weekend, they beat those Georgia Bulldogs, who was ranked number 2. So, yes, I think my Alabama Crimson Tide got the best win out of all these 5 teams. So, I put them at number 2, plus my Alabama Crimson Tide is undefeated. All right. As far as my Alabama Crimson Tide, all right, we started out the season with West Kentucky, did what we were supposed to do, 63-0. Then we played South Florida. We had some hiccups in that game. We had some injuries on the offensive line in that game, but we made some adjustments in the 4th quarter, and we did what we were supposed to do and made it a 42-16 game. Okay, then we traveled to Madison, Wisconsin, and we beat the hell out of Wisconsin 42-10. And then against the Georgia Bulldogs, we beat them 41-34, even though the second half didn't look good for my Alabama Crimson Tide. But if you ask me, I think we let off the gas. But hey, that's neither here nor there. We got the victory, and we got the best win right now in all of college football. All right, that's just me. I know the AP poll got my Alabama Crimson Tide at number 1, but I got them at number 2. Okay, I'm just going by the eye test. Then at number 1, we got these Texas Longhorns. All right, Texas right now is the only team in the SEC that's 5-0. They are undefeated. All right. Texas, they got a quality win. Who do they got a quality win against? The Michigan Wolverines, the current national champions. Okay, they opened up the season against Colorado State, did what they had to do, put up 42 on them, put up 31 on the current national champions, put up 56 on UTSA, 51 on Louisiana Monroe, and 35 on Mississippi State, in which I think they could have scored more on Mississippi State. All right, we know what Texas is bringing to the table. We know what the caliber of athletes that Texas have. We know they have one of the best offensive coaches in the game. And their defense is playing lights out right now. Okay, so hey, most points they gave up was what? 13 to Mississippi State. All right, so yes, I think Texas is the #1 team in the nation. I really do. I really do. I really do. But do I think they'll lose a game this season? Looking at their schedule, they got to play Georgia. They got to play Oklahoma, in which I think Texas will get Oklahoma this year. Other than those two, Georgia and Oklahoma, I don't think Texas will lose to anybody else. Okay, they got Oklahoma. Matter of fact, they got Oklahoma coming up next week, October the 12th. All right, Red River rivalry. All right, one of the biggest rivals in all of college football. And after Oklahoma, they got Georgia coming to town. Okay. So that's two big games back to back for those Texas Longhorns. And after Georgia, October 19th, October 26th, they'll beat Vanderbilt. November 9th, they'll beat Florida. November 16th, they'll beat Arkansas. November 23rd, they'll beat Kentucky. And November 30th, Texas and Texas A&M, in which I picked Texas to win that game, even though it's in College Station. So, yes, I think Texas is the #1 team in the nation, in the SEC as of right now, and in the nation, if you ask me. But anyway, I think they're the #1 team in the SEC. And that is my top 5. Number 5, Missouri Tigers. Number 4, Georgia Bulldogs. Number 3, Tennessee Vols. Number 2, my Alabama Crimson Tide. And number 1, the Texas Longhorn. Ole Miss get an honorable mention at number 6. But anybody outside the top 5, I don't think they got a chance in hell at making it to the SEC championship nor the playoffs. That's just me and my opinion. Now, you can tell me in the comments if you agree or if you disagree. Give me a reason why you agree or why you disagree. All right. So with that being said, remember, be blessed, and KB don't give a piss about nothing but the Tide, and roll damn Tide.